Nashville, Tennessee, Music City, USA, and home to the Commodores of Vanderbilt, who hope today they will hit all of the right notes. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured
I don't have to be the best in football,
the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day.
It is
As we'll see a team fresh and ready to go off a bye week, the Rice Owls, taking on another team from the Big 12 in an intra-conference matchup, the Vanderbilt Commodores. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, and guys, can't wait to get this one started. He'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Commodores offense takes the field. And these guys involve everybody in the passing game, and none more prominent than this big fella.
And the quarterback knows he's going to be under duress in this game. So who do you look for? The tight end. And there aren't many better than this guy.
No, and just big bodies that you can miss a little bit high, and it really doesn't matter. But over the middle of the field, closer throws, so nice to have a security blanket with a great tight end.
Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
False start, offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Just a short pass to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Listen, nice completion, short gain. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that fourth down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
On third down, he drops to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Fires and picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And that right there is a huge reason why this team has a winning record coming into this game. Their defense takes the ball away. And here on the opening drive, you see the athleticism in the back end of the defense, picking it off and putting it in great field position for their own.
Couldn't ask for better field position for this offense. Running back goes in motion. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They beat him again. Defense there to stop him at the 20. Let's give him 3 yards on that carry. A manageable distance on third down as they try to convert from the 20. They'll try to run for it. Got enough space. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Bringing it back. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. Looking for a productive play on first down. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Got it in the middle, it's Miller. And a little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out for the 30. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Not seeing a lot of chemistry between the QB and his intended target on that play.
The incompletion leads to 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection.
I know everyone's yelling like he didn't get the first down, we need more yards. But if you think about it, nice short completion, sets up a 3rd down. And guess what? Nowadays, 4th down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He'll pull it down and run. Still on his feet at the 45. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. The Commodores are moving quickly down the field. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon.
Encroachment. Defense.
Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Line gets set, 1st down. Quick strike complete. Oh, it's on the ground. High ball. Oh, it looks like the offense was able to recover it. And the Commodores with the 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the 1st.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Fires to the tight end. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. The Commodores have pushed it inside the 20. And they're able to make the tackle.
Yeah, he does a really good job being decisive, getting downhill, being a great runner. And guess what? You know how easy offense is when you get me at 2nd and short, 2nd and medium? Everything in the playbook is open to him.
Able to pick up a couple before he's knocked down. They mark it at the 10. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And that's a great job by this defense. You don't care about yards anymore. Yards are arbitrary. Let them drive down the field, so be it. You want to keep touchdowns off the board, and they might have just done that with a sack right there.
Smashes it between the uprights. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Illinois went on the road and just dominated. And that's one way to grab attention on a national level. Make a statement in someone else's house and prove you're legit. And did the Illini ever do that? The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
That's what's so great about these QB runs. They just chip away at the defense. And as this game goes on, these little QB runs, they're going to help keep 3rd downs manageable for this offense.
He's got his man, makes the grab. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Rice has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. He'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's going to pass. Pressure coming. Trying to get to it. Throws toward the end zone. And it's an incomplete pass on the deep shot. But the flag is down. Let's check the call.
Offense.
The forward pass used to be illegal in football. That one still is. Let's see what they've got on second down. Takes the handoff. It's Atkins. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
He'll take a deep shot here. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team.
That's one that's just inexcusable. Fair catch signal, you got to pull up. 15-yard penalty. On first down, here comes this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Good timing on the quick out. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
The play action fake. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Snags it down the right side. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. And once he got loose, it was all over. How about that quarterback taking a shot downfield and delivering to the wide open receiver?
I love this quarterback because he's aggressive. He wants to take shots. He's looking for every opportunity to show off that cannon and that arm talent. He showed it all of us right there.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. He's going to fire deep. He's got it down the left. Nothing but green ahead. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up first and goal.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Owls.
This offense is high octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to do some business. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. You want to talk about answering each other's score. That's what we have going on right now, Jesse.
Yeah, and this offense, it's been impressive just seeing how well they've been executing, too, because they're playing with a sense of urgency, David. They know they've got to go score a touchdown every time they take the field.
It's like a tennis match. You're just trying to break serve at some point, just back and forth. Both offenses having a lot of success in this football game.
Now the play fake. Throws to the wideout. And wings it incomplete. Not sure exactly what went haywire there, but the timing was just off.
And that's your job as a defense, right? You got to find a way to disrupt the timing and jam wide receivers or get to the quarterback and make him feel uncomfortable, but you can't let that timing.
The expressway is wide open. Running inside the 20. And he just can't run. And he ran away from the crowd and didn't take it in. Touchdown, North. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
We may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working, a lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
Getting some heat. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And listen, the quarterback drops back and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Coverage team does a good job and touches it dead. No return on this one.
You know, punt cover teams have a tough job because oftentimes they've got to tackle a guy out in the open field, and a really good one at that. But how about their ability to get to the returner and not just get the tackle, but create the takeaway? That is a massive play on special teams.
1st down for this offense. He's looking to throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. And that was some kind of collision between a couple of big bodies there, and he stopped from getting the 1st down.
It must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. They try to pop a run on the draw. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen that want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest. It makes them realize they got to play the run, too. Great play.
Finds his back in the middle. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
It's all about critical downs and distances on defense. You want to be great unit defensively, you've got to be good on 3rd down and in the red zone. For this defense giving up a 3rd down like that, that is just a gut punch.
Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Feeling some heat. And it's incomplete. It was wild, high and wide on that one. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Got it on the outside. It's Brown.
And on that out route 3rd down, guys, you just want to see a little bit better execution. You want to see more depth on the route. You want to see a little bit more of an accurate throw so he doesn't have to come back and fight for it, so that we can pick up the 1st down a lot easier. A little bit better by the quarterback and receiver, and as a result, they do get the catch, but it sets up for them.
Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
Pulls it in. It's Williams. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little watermelons, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the 1st down. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Holding. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. It's third down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we have ourselves a ball game, and they have a chance to take the lead here before the half. Offense breaks the huddle on third down. To the air, it's Jenkins. He's moving out of the pocket. They're working that left side. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. They'll rush to the line. Clock stop for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Caught in the backfield. It's Atkins. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
And quarterbacks love running backs who can catch the ball because they're stat padders. That's an easy throw for this quarterback to make. He's just letting his running back do all the work. Get him the football out in space and let the magic happen.
Tackled after picking up the first down. Got to get everybody on the same page in a hurry. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Pulls it in. It's Williams. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. And the Owls want to pick up the tempo. Looking for a crease to the left. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
They have work in front of them on third and short from the 42. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. So they're not comfortable with their field goal kicker from here, so the offense will go for it on fourth down. Try to get it on the ground. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. They're moving quickly after that big fourth down conversion. Clock will roll when the ball is set. It's complete to the right. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Owls will snap it on first and 10. They'll throw it from the red zone. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. On third down, going up top. Fires into trap back, picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's inside the 40, the 20. Touchdown, baby. And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. Just one moment, and all of a sudden, the fortune.
You're in a position where you're about to give up points. Now you flip that around and you put points on the board. Perfectly executed. What are you doing in an interception? First guy blocks the intended receiver. Everybody else starts to form a wall where the ball's going. Nice blocking, nice interception, nice return for the touchdown.
We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Commodores will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Every journey begins with a step. This offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. On the option. He'll keep it himself. He'll pitch it. On the move at the 30. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big game. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Owls! Sometimes we ask coaches about halftime adjustments, and they go blah, 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 blah. And then sometimes they make some good ones.
Sometimes that blah, 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 blah actually works, but it's working now. But it might be too little too late, but at least you got the party started.
Looking for blockers. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Vanderbilt has the ball again, and here comes that Commodore offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. First down here for the offense. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Off the play fake. Fires to the middle. What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. He's right on target. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing them open.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy, run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
The Commodores will line it up on 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Looking for the end zone. And the pass is intercepted. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They'll try the run. Slams his way forward. He'll get 3 out to the 11. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Finds his way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17.
This offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. This offense has a little room and a fresh set of downs at the 23.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. After the run, now to throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. That last incompletion leaves him with 2nd and 10 from the 23. Handoff to the lone back. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go.
Great job at containing by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
To throw, it's Jenkins. They're trying to get to it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes.
I'm literally walking over to that guy. My man, thank you so much for saving my row. That could have been really, really bad. I could have been benched, but you got my back. Appreciate you, my man.
Trying to move them on the counter. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
They got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
Big tight end tries to make a catch, and you could tell it extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time.
All by himself down the middle. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Commodores. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
And this offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Vanderbilt. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead, now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He gets a block. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
The best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Here's the handoff. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. Rice rushes to the line. They're going to ride this running back. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. After picking up this first down on the ground, let's see what they do. He's going to take off. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. Line getting set on second down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Off play action. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And the defense loves being in this type of situation, right? You've got a big lead. It's in the fourth quarter. You know the opponent's going to be throwing the football, so you get your best pass rushers coming off the edge, using that speed, dipping and ripping, getting to the quarterback for another big play.
And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch past the sticks. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Looking to the end zone. Falls in complete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Trying play action. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are. You're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Let's see if Rice can get it in on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for a score. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different looking team than what we saw earlier.
Vanderbilt has it back and heading out to go on the attack. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Give to the back. Works his way into the traffic and picks up 3 to the 17. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll run play action. Got a man. It's Coleman.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. He's got the back in the middle. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. And this junior loves to show off that big arm. And the Commodores will have it 1st and 10. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
It's really easy to say the word RPO and say I'm going to run them, but you got to make those decisions and you got to make them fast. You can't get confused by all the craziness that's going on, by all the guys moving around or talking. Nice job by the quarterback, staying in the moment, seeing it, throwing the slant, making sure he makes the right decision.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Got his man quickly. Powers through the defender. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
They'll go with a direct snap. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They're staring down the defense and this crowd on this huge 3rd and 4. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got his man. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Moving into scoring territory at the 36 on first down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Strikes first, delivers the punch, and works his way to the 31.
Man, that's the advantage of having a good coaching staff that teach these players in this type of situation with the lead late in the game. You want to stay in the field of play and keep the clock ticking. They do that after that nice run.
The give to the tailback. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Cal just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory. And that's really the standard there in Berkeley. They'll enjoy this one all week. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the 4th quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you. And that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Fires to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down in possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the 4th down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourself a shot to win.
Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Looking to move it through the air. Right down the middle. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the freshman just showed those great ball skills and snatched it right out of the air. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory, as we have victory formation coming. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down. Points weren't the issue, guys, but they couldn't string together enough stops to get the victory.
Yeah, good news, bad news scenario, I guess. Good news is you're going to score. This offense looks like they can be explosive and they can light up the scoreboard. Bad news, though, David, they got a lot to clean up on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and welcome to college football nowadays, right? This is how it works, a ton of points. Defenses learn as you go, but you got to get better. You got to force some turnovers, create those negative plays. You just can't give up so many points.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Nah, bro, I'm pretty full, man. I'm at like 8 for real. And football season about to start, so it's not looking too good. For sure, bro. For sure. I'll keep that in mind. Definitely not out the question because you know how it gets.